And then, guys, moving on to the next topic of discussion here is I want to get over to some Gears of War stuff, because Gears of War had a really great event that ended up happening over in San Diego, and I wanted to talk about it, guys. It's, obviously it, happened a little while ago, but I want to talk about it because this was a huge event for Gears as far as from a perspective, like some history was made here. I believe what happened at Gears, or the San Diego Major, was the greatest comeback in Gears Esports history. So let's talk about it. So the San Diego Major in Gears of War, or Gears 5, was absolutely, it was an epic tournament on many proportions, guys. I mean, just absolutely, the production value was great. I think it was a great first major for Gears of War and Gears 5 Esports. And I think that they did a fantastic job. So real shout out there to, the coalition and everybody who worked on the very first major in Gears 5. But what I will say is this: there was a lot of surprises, lots of things that happened within this tournament. And I want to talk about a number of different things, obviously here in the show today about Gears Esports and kind of some of the things that they can change maybe about with moving forward, some of the things they did very well. But the big one was, guys, what I believe was the greatest comeback in Gears Esports history we witnessed, that being a Team Reciprocity coming back on Astral Esports in the final, or the grand final of the San Diego Major. They were down, I believe, 2-0, and they reverse swept Astral Esports, bringing it, a 3-2 victory against them. And what an epic way to start off Gears 5 as far as a major is concerned. That was absolutely epic on many proportions. Now, here's some of the things. Energy got upset, which of course was pretty much everybody's prediction to win the San Diego Major and continue their utter dominance. But they got upset, right? They got upset by Mazer Gaming, which was, pretty, I believe it was actually really good for the scene. Even though Energy, obviously brings a lot of, viewership and, so on and so forth with them, wherever they are, whether they're with Optic or now with Energy, they're going to have a lot of, viewers. But I think it was good for the scene because now the narratives are kind of set after that first major. It was kind of, now you look at Energy and you say, okay, the comeback story is most, you're thinking that's probably going to happen, right? They're going to have a massive comeback and they're going to come out, in a revenge tour, essentially. But what this shows me is a few things. It shows me that Team Reciprocity, they are clutch when they need to be clutch. They are a tough and absolute force to be reckoned with those players. Astral Esports absolutely surprised everybody at the event, so it'll be interesting to see what they continue to do. And the same can be said with Mazer Gaming, because Mazer upset Energy. They lost to Team Reciprocity, but I still think that Mazer is going to be a pretty dominant team as well. I think at this point, guys, the top three teams in my eyes, even though Astral Esports, I want to see more consistency from them before putting them in the top three. But I would say the big three at this point, guys, you got Energy, Reciprocity, and Mazer. Those would be my top three, at least, when it comes to when it comes to moving forward. I would say very close out there would be, on the outside looking in, would be Astral as well as Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gaming could maybe take one of the spots of those top three. Maybe Mazer, but I'd have a hard time doing that because I think Mazer's better. And it just looked like Ghost Gaming kind of, you could tell that as the pressure built on them, as far as, getting further and further in the tournament, they kind of broke under that pressure. So I'm very interested to see, the narratives moving into the next majors, right? Mexico City and all the other stops, right, on the circuit is going to be absolutely incredible, because I think the narratives now are Reciprocity have taken the throne from Energy. Even though Energy has won so many times, and I know they won the very first technically tournament of Gears 5, that being the E-League Invitational. That was back when they were with Tox Gaming. But I think that now the narratives are built. You got Team Reciprocity, who was absolutely the most clutch team without a doubt in at the San Diego Major. And then Astral Esports, or that dark horse team, you got Mazer, who upset Energy. There's going to be narratives around that as well. And Energy now getting knocked out a little bit early. There's going to be a little bit of a revenge tour, I think, is going to be happening in the rest of, you know, the year, I would say. And it's kind of, I'm glad it happened in the way it did, because I think now it's built out the rest of the year. It's like, okay, someone right off the bat, a different team other than Energy, has taken the throne. So now it's building those narratives for the rest of the year, which I think is going to be great. It's going to be really good for the scene. It's up to us, though, guys, as a community, to continue helping build the Gears esports scene and just the Gears scene in general, right? Watching your favorite streamers or watching your favorite content creators on YouTube is really helping, will help build the scene over time. And it's just up to us, guys, as a community, working with the coalition, and the coalition obviously doing their part and promoting these things in a way in which as many people, we can kind of get the Gears esports out to the masses, and just Gears 5 in general out to the masses, because I think it's a fantastic game, fantastic entry into the Gears franchise. So I would love to see, you know, that, you know, moving into the continuation of Gears of War, but also just kind of moving us into the rest of the year. What did you guys think about the San Diego Major? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.